When I first visited Cedarville, I had no idea that the DC semester actually existed.
It's a one-of-a-kind experience where you get to go and be challenged on your political views, be challenged on your religious views, be challenged on those levels of things that you don't always get when you're in a place where everyone agrees with you.
DC is just where it happens. This is the place that you go to when you want to make connections, when you want to learn about how government works from the place where it's all centered around.
It's a program that surrounds you with support from a Christian perspective to be able to enter into a really dark place.
People are increasingly seeing political identity as their primary identity, and so it's important for Christians who understand that Christ is our primary identity to come into this deeply divided culture.
DC and really having this transition from Cedarville to DC provides a really great opportunity for students to grow in their faith and to grow as leaders in Christ.
I'm a political science major, so the DC semester is literally a perfect fit for me. I talk to constituents every day on the phone. It's something that I actually enjoy doing.
Walking around with senators walking next to you and congressmen walking next to you and interacting with legislative staff that are writing bills that will impact people, that's an amazing opportunity that a lot of people don't get to have.
The DC semester is really a culmination of all the things that we have learned in the past.
We're learning more about how our government works. We're learning more about how we can be leaders within this government.
A semester in Washington, D.C. will change your outlook on so many issues. You're going to hear different perspectives that maybe you haven't heard before.
It helps the resume, it helps connections, it helps you get a better understanding of the real world.
As someone who wants to go into politics at the local level, it helps me not only understand how things work at the federal level, but also learn how to interact with other people at different levels.
On Mondays, the Cedarville group goes out and does some sightseeing. We go and talk to different organizations, find out what they do. And then twice a week we have class, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Cedarville University really prepared me to be an intern in Washington, D.C. by their focus while we're on campus about being intentional with how we live our daily lives.
We have some of the finest faculty and staff, I would argue, on campus. They have been preparing us from day one to intern in our nation's capital and to do this well.
I want to work in government in the future, and so in terms of what I'm doing here, it's preparing me to work in a future governmental career and providing me with the necessary experience to succeed in that.
In 5 to 10 years, Lord willing, I would love to be at the tail end of a career in the Ohio State House, being a legislative assistant.
I would love to be involved in the United Nations someday in my future.
This program is an awesome opportunity to both work and live in the hub of our nation, and also to start networking, getting to know people in the field that you're interested in.
Being able to get that office experience, especially when you're in politics, is vital, and the DC semester provides that in spades.
Most universities don't have this program. They require you to get the experience either during the summer or when you've already graduated, and so this really gets you a head start.
To be able to be here in the DC semester, I would say, is just the apex of my time at Cedarville University. To learn and to grow and to have this experience in person, I wouldn't trade it for the world.